Disclaimer: this video includes triggering or uncomfortable topics such as grooming, sexual harassment, incest, zoophilia, pedophilia, etc. This video is also targeted to people 13+ as it discusses genitalia and sex toys. This video will also show visual images of sex toys such as dildos, though it will be blurred. Hello, 'tis I. I've made many videos about the Foxi Boxi drama, but here's a video compiling the evidence I know and what I think about the situation. You may be thinking, hasn't this drama already died? Which, you do realize that Foxi was accused of committing literal crimes, right? This situation is kinda serious. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I want to get the scamming claims out of the way first. Now, I will read off what the animation meme wiki says about these claims. Ghosting commissioners. On September 12th, 2022, a user on Instagram made an awareness post about her ghosting commissioners, even blocking people from her stream who dared to ask her about it. She took around 800 or 1,000 from commissioners. This was strange because she made animation gifts for people on YouTube but never finished the commissions. First of all, I have seen no evidence for this. Did Foxi scam her fans? I have no idea. Now, there is a screenshot that addresses this from Foxi's now ex-partner. I will read that out now. I apologize for the low quality, by the way. Actually, if I'm being honest, most of the quality of the screenshots in this video are gonna be kinda dog shit, and I'm sorry about that. I reached out to Jaws about the situation. Jaws stated that the reason why Mocha was timed out is that the questions put Foxi on the spot. Jaws has no idea to why Foxi may be taking months to complete any owed art, and understands why people are frustrated. Both me and Jaws have no idea on how Foxi keeps up with her commission/owed art list, but we want to keep both sides as much as possible. Jaws acknowledged Foxi's recent streaming and production of art/music outside of commissions, and has stated, "I still won't deny it feels frustrating waiting on something that you paid for with no result." Foxi is also currently in the process of relocating, which may be affecting his motivation to finish art. This Jaws person is allegedly one of Foxi's live chat moderators, and Mocha, I believe, is one of the alleged scamming victims. First thing, Foxi may not have been the one to block Mocha from the stream. It may have been this Jaws person, which makes the most sense to me because why would somebody who was literally dating Foxi ask Jaws instead of Foxi herself? Maybe because Foxi wasn't the one who banned Mocha. We also have no evidence of Foxi telling Jaws to block Mocha, so we have basically nothing to prove that Foxi herself was involved with Mocha getting blocked. Now, here's what I think. If Mocha was scammed and everything said in this screenshot was true about Mocha being ghosted, Mocha 100% deserves a refund and an apology. Assuming Mocha still hasn't been given the art yet, should Mocha have been blocked for asking about the commission? No, absolutely not. But this claim has no evidence that I've seen other than Foxi's now ex addressing the situation. I've also seen certain screenshots that are essentially just hearsay, but again, that doesn't really fucking matter. It's hearsay. But that's basically all I have to say about that claim. So, on to the next section. Woo! Who wants to hear MG talk about dildos? This is the fun section because I have a shit ton of things to blur. So, for some context, Foxi Boxi made a post about buying a toy from a company called Bad Dragon. Now, according to people online, this company allegedly sells mostly, if not all, zoophilic products, such as dolls meant to replicate dogs' genitals. Because of this, people have accused Foxi of buying a dog dildo, and are therefore calling her a zoophile. Except, I have some stuff to say about this claim. Now, one claim often made is that Bad Dragon's website sells mostly products that would appeal to zoophiles. Guess who has screenshots of the website? Guess who can very easily disprove this with just a few screenshots? There were two people who were willing to take screenshots of the website for me, that being someone named Vanilla and someone else who would like to be remained anonymous. Thank you guys a lot. I did not want to go on that godforsaken fucking website. There are many different toys on this website, the majority of which are not zoophilic. There are demon-related ones, tentacle-related ones, and many others that are not animal genitalia. There are some that feature knots, which is a part that dogs have, but it is contrasted with a very obviously human-like shape as well, which I think we all know what the term is for when we take something non-human and make it humanoid. Another one is described as an anthrofeline, which, yeah, it's another furry toy. By this logic, being attracted to a furry character makes you a zoophile, or maybe you can be into furries, just make sure that the furry has an 100% human dick, I guess. The only possibly zoophilic things I could find from the evidence I was given was this, what I think might be a dog mouth fleshlight, a screenshot that someone named Moose Driving actually sent me, and these dog paws, which I think are supposed to be for foot fetishes. I don't even want to think about what people do with those. Hell, the website itself even says the products are based on fantasy creatures, not animals. So, yeah, the claim that most of the toys on the website are zoophilic is flat out wrong. We have no context on what the toy Foxi Boxi bot actually looked like, and seeing as there is non-zoophilic things on this website, there is a big chance that she bought something that was non-zoophilic. People have also argued that no matter what she bought, she was supporting a company that sells zoophilic products, which, first of all, doesn't fucking make her a zoophile, and second of all, it has been alleged that when she found out about the company supporting zoophilia, she stopped supporting the company. She even fucking said it herself. Is Bad Dragon a zoophilic company? Probably, but I don't think that matters in this situation, because buying from a company that has zoophilic things on it doesn't make you a zoophile unless you can prove they bought the things that were zoophilic. YouTube, please don't kill me for this section. Okay, next section. Phew, here's the big scary claim that Foxi Boxi groomed someone named Queen Void. God, the groomer nay memes are repeatedly playing in my head like a Vietnam War flashback. Now, I will give a rundown of Void's side of the story, and then I'll explain why it makes absolutely no sense. When Foxy was 16 and Queen Void was 13, they both consensually engaged in an ERP, that stands for erotic roleplay. I have no idea when this happened, as Void doesn't exactly tell us. Then, in February of 2020, Foxi Boxi began flirting with Void and sending sexual messages to Void, and Void was telling them to stop. Void also sent not safe for work artwork to Void without their consent and asked nudes from Void, sent nudes to Void, and even threatened Void not to tell anyone about their sexual relationship. Yeah, most of this is complete bullshit. First of all, Foxy was actually 15, not 16. How do I know this? Because Foxy was born on April 25th, 2004, according to both the Animation Meme Wiki and Wikitubia. And Void claimed this happened during February of 2020. Do the necessary math, and boom, Foxy was 15. Void lied about Foxy's age. Funny enough, the youngest you need to be considered a pedophile is 16. I'm not saying that's the reason why Void lied about Foxy's age, but it's definitely something to consider. Second of all, Void never told them to stop. There is nothing in any of the screenshots where Void told Foxy to stop. Along with that, Void was sending uwu blushy emoticons, which in this context, blushing could be sent could send the message that the other party was enjoying it because, I don't know, blushing is often a sign of arousal. If Void was uncomfortable, they should have made Foxy aware instead of deciding not to, leading Foxy on and then going on to make a bullshit call-out post on them. Foxy can't read your mind. And this thing that Void tries to pass off as being already scared is fucking bullshit. I usually say oop when I'm looking at something interesting or surprising. What the fuck kind of context were you using it in? Third of all, there is no proof that the NSFW images were sent unprompted. It only shows the images, not what happened before. Seeing as you guys engaged in an ERP, it makes sense why Foxy would want to send you not safe for work art. And it would also make sense that you consented to them sending that artwork and they sent it, you just didn't show that. I'm not saying that is what happened, I'm saying that that's definitely a possibility. Fourth of all, the threat in question was an obvious joke. Like, just look at this. It's obviously a joke. It had a cutesy little emoticon at the end. This obviously isn't a serious threat. Unless I see proof that Foxy meant it seriously, like proof of her seriously planning on exposing Void or whatever, I don't give two shits about this stupid excuse of a threat. Fifth of all, they, quote, sent nudes to Void, apparently, but all we see of proof is this. Yeah, guess what, guys? This doesn't prove shit. Sixth of all, guess who changed their story later on? In this screenshot, Void claimed they were good friends before any of the sexual comments happened, and in this screenshot, Void states that they barely knew each other. Now, sure, their story may have changed, but why is this little thing so significant? Well, let's look at the definition and stages of grooming. Here's the third definition of grooming. The action of attempting to form a relationship with a child or young person with the intention of sexually assaulting them or inducing them to commit an illegal act such as selling drugs or joining a terrorist organization. Now, here are the stages of sexual grooming from a website called safechild.org, and though I will be summarizing and paraphrasing, the full paragraph will be on the screen to read. 1. Identifying and targeting the victim. 2. Gaining the victim's trust, usually by gaining access to their vulnerabilities, love bombing, etc., etc. 3. Playing an important role in the child's life, often by manipulating the relationship and making the victim feel as though the groomer is the only one who understands the victim. 4. Isolating the child, sometimes so they're able to sexually abuse them from where no one can see. 5. Creating secrecy in the relationship and often threatening the victim with suicide and self-harm. 6. Sexual contact, usually starting non-sexual and slowly making it more and more sexual to slowly push their boundaries. 7. Controlling and manipulating the relationship to keep the abuse going. Sexual grooming is more than, hey 13-year-old, you're sexy as hell, wanna fuck? What a shocker. So what's the point of me bringing this up here? It's that saying that someone who groomed you was a good friend of yours makes sense, because that's actually something that happens in grooming situations. But implying your groomer got to step 6 when you guys barely knew each other is actual bullshit. The we barely knew each other bullshit was probably slapped on to make Foxy look like a horny pervert. With all the screenshot evidence available in this situation, do these at all look like the steps I described? At all? No? Well, good job, you're fucking correct. Oh yeah, and this they cheated on their partner shit could be from the ERP they did, and they could have been playing a character because who the fuck sexts like this? Oh, but of course, there's no fucking context shown, it's just the one cropped message. If this screenshot is not from the ERP, mixed with the fact that I proved that this was not grooming, then this is just Void straight up admitting to cheating. You weren't being fucking manipulated, so you cheated willingly. So both of you are cheaters then. Cool. So, what's the conclusion of this long-ass section? That Queen Void lied about Foxy being a groomer by lying about their age, changing their story to fit the narrative, and possibly taking screenshots out of context. Oh, and what's this? Queen Void is being called out for other alleged shitty actions? One of which being that they were allegedly lying about rape? I am not fucking surprised. Foxy is not a pedophile, and Foxy is not a groomer. Period. So, Foxi Boxi basically allegedly drew NSFW of her 14-year-old cousin's OC. Now, there isn't a lot of concrete info about the situation other than this screenshot, so most of this section will be speculation. First of all, was this character a self-sona or simply an OC? This may seem irrelevant, but it's important to determine whether or not this is incestual. If it was a self-sona, you can very easily argue that it was incest compared to a regular OC that isn't inherently connected to its creator. Something else I've heard is that the character that got NSFW drawn of them was actually a character Foxy and their cousin shared. Best case scenario, the character was a shared character and the art was not directed towards the cousin in any way. That isn't incestual at all. I don't get why this is such an issue, honestly. Like, at worst, it's, like, slightly maybe iffy, because the cousin also owns the character, but, like, really, who fucking cares at that point? If the character was not shared, though it was just an OC, then I still don't think it's incestual. Is it morally okay? In my opinion, not really. But, you know, everyone has their own morals. Like, I don't fucking care. If the character was a self-sona, then yeah, it's probably incestual. Drawing NSFW of a character that's supposed to represent your cousin is... yeah. Now, when Foxy was a minor, 15 or 16 I believe, they had an NSFW account where I assume they posted NSFW artwork. Foxy allowed and defended the existence of minors their age viewing this account. Let's get this out of the way. Making an NSFW account before you're of legal age is a bad idea and has many risks tied to it. This was a bad idea on Foxy's part. Why? Well, because when you're a minor who outwardly posts NSFW online, you may attract people older than you who want to take advantage of and groom you. And you, being a minor who is comfortable with showing your sexual artwork online, will be more likely to interact and get close with them. Though, being a minor and posting NSFW online isn't the biggest deal in the world. At the most it deserves is maybe a, hey Foxy, this is kind of a bad idea. Not a drama villainizing a child for being sexual. Villainizing and scrutinizing minors for being sexual will only really cause harm. Now, about this whole they let minors on the NSFW account thing, yeah. They're a minor themselves. No fucking shit. Hey, I'm 15, but only people 18 plus are allowed to interact with me. Doesn't that seem, I don't know, like you're setting up this kid to be groomed by adults? Okay, yeah, best case scenario, they don't have the account in the first place. But guess what, folks? You don't always get the best case scenario. A 15-year-old lets other 15-year-olds follow their NSFW account. Oh no, the horror. It's actually better that they're surrounded by minors rather than adults. You morons, that's why minors posting NSFW publicly is bad in the first place. Also, minors willingly looking at NSFW isn't a big deal. Minors bypass 18 plus warnings all the fucking time, especially when they themselves aren't sharing NSFW at all. What's the issue with a kid looking at sexual artwork? Oh no, the child's innocence. Kids find ways to look at porn. I'd even say it's normal, like, would you rather they go out and have sex? This argument is stupid. Also, they apparently let their cousin follow the account, which, does it look like I care? I don't. So, I found out later, after the creation of this video, that Foxy actually addressed the situation, specifically the scamming and the grooming, kinda. They didn't mention it too much, and I'll explain why in a second, but, before I talk about that, I do just want to say that, the TikToks in question is, actually, I found it from a re-upload on YouTube, which will be in the description, and I 100% recommend you watch because it has the full context, the full explanation from Foxy themselves, so please go check that out. Foxy, basically the reason why Foxy, could not pay back all those commissions and whatever, and the reason why Foxy took on so many commissions and all that, and it seemed like they were scamming the audience. The reason for that was because Foxy, Foxy was in a financially abusive household, and they needed a lot of money to pay rent that they could not pay. So they took on a shitload of commissions that they ended up not having the time to actually get the artwork finished for. And soon they ended up getting booted off the internet or taking a break from the internet due to things like harassment and doxing, so they were not able to pay them back. But Foxy is currently trying to wrong their rights, right their wrongs, fuck. Foxy is currently trying to right their wrongs by giving people refunds. Now about the whole grooming thing, which they vaguely mentioned a bit. Foxy basically talked about how they are not able to fully discuss the situation due to the fact that there is a full-on investigation going on regarding it, so they can't give many details, but they did talk about how they were, obviously also a minor and stuff like that, and I would just recommend watching the video they made and like what they said, because it's kind of hard to sum up what they said into my own words. But one thing that is very important is that they cannot fully discuss the situation due to there being an investigation. So that's really it. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you to the following people who helped me with the video. Vanilla for getting screenshots of the Bad Dragon website so I didn't have to, and Anon for also doing the same. Also, thank you to Isabel for helping me with the evidence relating to Foxy's age. Without you, I wouldn't be making this video, honestly. Goodbye, everyone. I hope this video was informative and that you enjoyed it. Goodbye.